in the moment when you are tired, you've got your own things to worry about, you're frustrated, it feels like you have been reminding your child of this one thing again and again, stay future-minded. Don't get discouraged now. Don't give up now. Believe and call out the good in their future. Hey there, Mama. I'm Kimberly, and this is the Renewed Mama podcast, where you can take some time for yourself, slow down, breathe, and check in with your thoughts, the words that you are saying, your parenting approach, and your marriage, your communication, all so that you can keep going instead of growing weary, so that you can find joy even in the crazy and keep living abundantly. It's time to renew. I'm so glad that you are here because we are about to change our lenses, our perspective. Have you ever said, will I ever stop changing diapers? When will I finally sleep the whole night without a little one waking me up? Will my son ever be able to read well? He's really struggling. Sometimes in our daily living life, doing all the things, we get short-sighted and lose sight of the future. Our eyes are on the right here, right now, and that's all we can see, instead of the future and the good that will come. This too shall pass, right? This is a picture of our puppy Aurora. She will be 1 year old next month. It was a challenge to understand what she wanted or needed. Why are you barking? I just took you outside. Do you need to go again? Oh no, she just pooed on the floor. We were just outside. There were a lot of times in the frustration, I thought she'd never learn to go potty outside. Was I going to be cleaning up doggy poo forever? No, you're listening to this and saying, oh, Kimberly, of course she's going to learn to go potty outside. Just be patient. It's part of the training. And you're right. Of course you're right. But in the moment when I was tired, overwhelmed, frustrated, feeling like there was no end in sight with this puppy, I didn't think, it's okay. This puppy will go outside, she will learn. I had a short-sighted, here, now perspective instead of envisioning the potential future. This will pass, it will get better, she will learn. Do you ever get a short-sighted perspective instead of a future-minded one? The potential for the future. How about when our children are struggling in school? They can't read well. Maybe your child is in grade 3, but they're actually performing at a grade 1 level. And you're looking at the right here, right now, and thinking, they will always struggle. My child isn't going to be smart. I can't help him. I didn't get math. While every child is different, learns differently, and achieves their own level of success, they can learn to read and they can do math. You need to speak and declare that belief over them. Even though you don't see it now, it will come. It just might take extra practice and help. Speak of your child what you know that they can become, even if you don't see it yet. Now, of course, don't ignore the struggle with the thought that it will all get better one day. They'll just get it, give them time. If you do see struggles now, even if the teacher isn't getting back to you, even if you can't get an assessment until they're in grade 3, if your evening reading time or your math homework time turns into tears or frustration, get them help now. Get a tutor for one-to-one help, or get them involved in a reading support group at school. There are many resources to help, so don't wait. But remember, Mama, that right here, right now, you might see ADHD or laziness, or that they're a disruptor, or that they're high energy, or even a bully. You know, all those labels that we put on children. But we need to change our lenses. Keep a positive vision for the future and speak out that our children are teachable. They are eager to learn. They work with excellence. They use their energy to do amazing work. They stay faithful to the task. They are diligent and kind. They put others first. They are overcomers. They are extraordinary. Now remember, I'm not saying that we ignore that our children have ADHD or a high energy. What I am saying is that we don't live with a short-sighted perspective, but that we look toward what they can achieve, how they can grow, who they can become. And we do all that we can to help them get there, right? Sometimes we see things in our life or in the lives of our children that we don't like or we don't want there, but we don't know how to fix it. Rather than complain or argue or pass shame or get frustrated, begin to declare over them the opposite of what you see. If you see self-sabotage, declare life. If you see self-hatred, declare beauty and acceptance. If you see self-harm, declare health and healing. If you sense strife, declare peace in your home. If you feel depressed, declare joy, laughter, and fun in your home. Smile, get up, move your body, dance away. If you hear, I can't do this, declare ability, knowledge, strength. Your words have the power to call into being that which does not yet exist. You may not see it yet, but it can be. Even before it can be seen, God calls it as though it is already done. God speaks of non-existent things as if they already existed, and so should you. That's being future-minded. So what truth do you need to speak over your children, your students, your spouse, your family members, your colleagues today? Believe the best about them even before you see it. Do you want your words of encouragement and praise to have a lasting impact on your children? Then give them Speak Life Badges Sticker Awards. Here's what Erica had to say about Speak Life Badges. Today I challenged Clayton to take a baby step in bravery at the splash pad. I know these little word seeds of encouragement will grow and help him when he needs bravery in the future. At bedtime, I removed the sticker and placed it beside the mirror. Just glancing at it really encouraged my heart too. Words seem so small, but are so powerful and can completely change the way we view ourselves. Shop Speak Life Badges today at speaklifebadges.com. Let's talk about friendships. Who are you hanging out with? How about your children? You become like those you associate with. Who your friends are is who you will become. So watch it. A short-sighted perspective can say, it's okay for my son to go play with the neighbor boy. He's a little rough. I don't think he's doing good in school, but he's having a bit of a tough time at home. My daughter has been hanging out with some girlfriends at school. She feels accepted finally. She was invited to a sleepover just last weekend. She's been changing how she dresses and styles her hair, but I'm so glad to see her fitting in. Wait, Mama, what are those girlfriends encouraging her to do in order to fit in? How is the neighbor boy influencing your son? We become who we associate with. Show me who your friends are, and I will show you who you will be in 5 years. Isn't that what they say? Even Sancho, Don Quixote's faithful squire, said to him, "Tell me your company, and I will tell you what you are." Don't be short-sighted about who your children are hanging out with. Don't let your guard down in an effort to socialize them. You must be the parent here, not a friend, and teach them how valuable it is to choose their friends wisely. Even if you have to change schools, home educate them, say no to sleepovers, or limit their social media or video game accounts. Stay future-minded in this because our society has made it more acceptable to learn about life, gender, sex, self-worth, value, and identity from peers than from parents and from what God says in the Bible. This is only leading our children astray. How about your child's behavior? Being mindful of the future means that you must address your child's behavior today. Don't ignore your child's current behavior thinking that it will get better. Oh, they're just finding their way and their own independence. Wait until they grow up a little. No. If you leave them to their own devices without any control or guidance, you will have selfish, ego-driven, it's all about me adults. You must address their behavior issues now. Your job, mama, is to groom your children now in the way they should walk, to teach them that there are consequences for their actions and choices, to guide them in making the right choices, in honoring others, in thinking of others first, to train them in staying faithful, diligent, committed to their learning, to improving a talent, to being a team player in a sport. You must stay consistent, not ignoring behavior, but calling them up to a better way of handling things. Even in the moment when you are tired, you've got your own things to worry about. You're frustrated. It feels like you have been reminding your child of this one thing again and again. Stay future-minded. Don't get discouraged now. Don't give up now. Believe and call out the good in their future. It's like the teenage years. They sure get a bad rep. I speak out that we are going to have great teenage years. My teenagers will like us. We will have a great relationship. We'll talk through things. We'll be gracious. We'll honor each other. We'll listen before we speak. We'll do business together, travel together, and have fun. I'm speaking life over those teenage years to come. Be a good example now to your children. Mama, when you mess up, say I'm sorry. I messed up. I listened to my frustration. I got angry and I took it out on you. Will you forgive me? If you face something hard, say, wow, this is challenging for me. This is turning out to be harder than I thought. But I'm choosing to believe that there is a way to figure this out. There is a solution here. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out. If you've got a lot to do and it feels overwhelming, communicate that. Mommy feels a little overwhelmed right now. I feel like I've got a lot to do. But I believe that it will all get done. It has before. It will again. Would you be willing to help me with, and then ask them, so that I can keep doing this other thing and then we can play together before bed. Be honest, communicate well, have family meetings. No family has it all together, mama. No parent gets it right every time, but we keep trying. We keep growing. We keep renewing our mind. We stay full of hope and belief, and we speak out good for our family. And if it be that your children go their own way, they go astray, do life their own way that you may not agree with, they will still remember your example of how their mom and dad did life right, or as best as they knew how. Mama, in your health, you must be future-minded. What you eat today, what you drink, how you move your body will determine the kind of life you live in the future. If you are a kind of sit on the couch, eat chips and cookies, watch Netflix every night of the week kind of gal, then you can predict what kind of lifestyle your future holds. Those are fun things to do once in a while, right? The truth is, whether you want to hear it or not, is that piece of cake that extra donut, that second or third Starbucks that you chose over good water, that McDonald's drive-thru for another dinner this week is your choice, but it will compound in your body. Today's choices will show up in your body 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years later. So what kind of life do you want to live as your children grow up, get married, your grandchildren come along? Will you be running and playing, biking, going to the zoo with them too? What you eat and drink and how you move your body today affects then. Tell me, what other areas in your life are you keeping mindful of the future, not just living in the moment? Tell me by sending a voice message using the recording app found on the main page of speaklifebadges.com. I'd love to hear and learn from you. Mama, I want to bless you. You are an amazing mama who is every day learning and growing. You are quick to respond in love and grace. You are strong and giving. You give of yourself again and again. And while you may not get all of the thanks or appreciation or the help you wish for, it does not go unnoticed by God, whose heart is for you and is so in love with you. Remember that your moments as a mama are so valuable. You matter. And when you tuck yourself in bed tonight, I want you to remember that today and all you did, all that your hands touched, was worth it. Hit the like button and subscribe. If you like this episode, would you leave a review and share it with 3 friends? This will help more mamas find the podcast so that they can be encouraged and renewed too. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.